Happy Friday. All right. Happy Friday. Good afternoon. Good noon. Like I said, good noon. I hope y'all are having a fabulous Friday. It's a lot, but okay, we'll talk about that later. So welcome to our Her series, Her Story live series. We continue today. These conversations, y'all, have been given what they needed to give. Okay, they've been giving what they need to give. So I'm so excited to continue our series. We are halfway through the month. Are we halfway through? We are halfway through the month. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Kia, whenever you're ready, just request to join. So we are going to get into this conversation today. We are going to bring on an amazing esthetician. I really wanted to bring on ladies in business that are different phases of business. It's one thing to hear about how women operate in business and they're in the same space, but it's a different place or a different vibe to hear from different women that are in different stages of their business, that are in different stages of life, that are in different fields. And so I wanted to be sure that we gave you a variety, okay? Because I like variety, so I hope y'all like variety too. So I am Janisha Mays. I am the owner and founder of Eudaimonia Wellness and Beauty and EWB Lab Solutions. We are a wellness spa based in Dallas, Texas, where we offer IV hydration, vitamin injections, medically managed weight loss programs to help you live a healthy lifestyle and prevent you from having to be seen in the emergency room. Okay. So we are going to bring on our girl Kia right now. I got the request. Yep, there we go. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey.
This lighting is not giving.
Right in front of the ring light, baby. So, welcome.
Thank
you
for having me. Yeah, I'm like, it is not, the lighting is not being friendly with me right now. Let's try this one. Ooh, let me not drop my coffee. That would not be cool.
While you get your lighting together, welcome to our Her series, Her Stories live series. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. I was like, I feel like this is long overdue, but nonetheless, here we are. So I want you to introduce yourself to everyone, let them know who you are, and then we're going to get into the conversation.
Hello, everybody. I am Kia B. Shakia is my full name, but everybody calls me Kia. I'm a licensed esthetician here in Dallas, Texas, and the owner of Masterpiece Aesthetics, where I specialize in corrective skincare for hyperpigmentation and acne. I'm also a Brazilian wax specialist, so if those are things that you need, feel free to reach out. I create the vibes and I help you reach the results that you are looking to get. I am a results driven esthetician. So if you're looking for, some cute little pampering or something like that, you might not want to come visit me. You will get some pampering, but you will also get the results, okay? Because that's what I'm in the business of helping you reach is those results, okay? I'm not playing no games with y'all, but we're going to always keep it real cute, have a good vibe, and we're going to get those results, okay?
So, y'all, Kia is a whole vibe, okay? So be clear, she's a whole vibe. And so she is, how we actually connected, funny enough, I had no idea. Me and Kia did not know each other from Adam, okay? But turns out we actually met on the makeup side. And so we met behind the brushes. We both had the same mentor. Shout out to our girl, Alexandria Butler. And so we met her and went through class with her at completely different times. And then, again, reconnected on Instagram through Makeup Pay My Bills. Okay,
Your
shout out to
Danny.
Danny.
Yep.
And from there, it was just like, oh, girl, you here? Oh, you did that too? Okay. And we'll be just vibing ever since. So it has been.
We have. This is why you have to be nice to people, y'all. Be nice and be a good person because you never know how your paths are going to cross with somebody that you didn't expect those paths to cross with. Be a good
You're right.
person.
I
Like,
told
be
somebody that
nice.
yesterday. So I want to get into the conversation because y'all, Kia, when she comes to her business, she's real about it. And she's very transparent about, baby, this is not always free. Okay? This is not always give. And I feel like that is so important because so many Instagram entrepreneurs put on this front about, oh, my business is great and my business is this and oh, we do this and we do that. And they lie. They lie. So let's get into the conversation and kind of tell us about how you got into the world of aesthetics. Aesthetics.
So, yes. So, as Janisha said, I began my career, my beauty career in makeup. So, I was a makeup artist. I was really operating it like a hobby because I still had a full-time job and I was just kind of like, I kind of want to do this, but I don't really know anything about entrepreneurship life, and I'm used to the steady paycheck. So I was doing makeup part-time on the weekends and on the evenings and things like that. And I would notice that my clients would always come to me with these unrealistic expectations of how they wanted their makeup to be when Instagram and all the glitter cut creases and all of these things were a thing. So I was like, okay, I need to help y'all understand one, that is very unrealistic and those are filters. But two, sis, we should have been connected like 6 months ago so I can help you get your skin together because if you know anything about makeup, your skin is the best foundation. I don't care how expensive the foundation is.
Sure
It's
not.
not gonna cover up that texture. It's not gonna cover up all those blemishes. It's not. So we have to start with good skin. So I was like, I wish I could have helped these women at least maybe 3 to 6 months before they sat in this chair wanting to be glammed for this big event. And then it just kind of pushed me to want to do more. So in 2019, I went to aesthetic school and I fell in love. Like I didn't know what my specialty was going to be. I just took it all in. And eventually I was just like, okay, I'm noticing there's a gap between what we know and how we know how to take care of our skin and how we actually take care of our skin. Like most of us, we know Noxzema, we know Neutrogena, we know Cetaphil and CeraVe. Like those are the things that we know, but we know those things because of good marketing. We know those things because they are tried and true, and our family has used it for years. But those things aren't helping us reach those results. So I'm like, I want to help people understand that the goals that you have for your skin is not for the rich, it's not for the wealthy, it's not just for white people. Let's just be honest, because a lot of times we felt like going to get these services were for the rich and the white people and not us. And I'm like, no, like I'm a Black woman who wants to look and feel amazing, and I want to help other Black women look and feel amazing, even though y'all already do. But we need a little bit of help sometimes in that gap of understanding how do we preserve
Okay.
this beautiful melanin. Like how do we care for it? How do we keep it hydrated? How do we keep it supple? How do we do those things? And a lot of times we just don't know. So I was like, I want to be that girl that feels like the girl next door, like your best friend that you can come to when you're ready to figure out how do we get to that next level. So that's how it
I
all
love
got
it. I
started.
love it because that is so true. So many people sit in these chairs. Okay, we can talk makeup all day long, and they be like,
We
you can't
can.
cover up texture. Okay, I don't care what you do, how you do it. You cannot cover up texture. You can conceal as much as you can.
You
You
can cover
can
texture.
put on great primers. You can prep the skin as much as you want. But at the end of the day, your skin is still gonna show through because
It
you
is.
do.
And you want it to. You don't want to feel like a slave to makeup. Makeup should be
Yep.
something that
Yep.
accentuates what you already got going on. Like I joke, but I'm serious. Like people be like, "Oh, can you make me
You got
pretty?" Like
it. You go.
you either are, I'm not a magician. I can't do that. Like, but if you come to me with beautiful skin and you have healthy skin, that only is going to elevate
Yep.
your look that much more. So if we start in the treatment room with your corrective facials, clearing up that texture, clearing up that hyperpigmentation, taking care of that acne instead of consistently like covering it up and packing on so much makeup, you won't even really feel like you
True.
need to wear makeup.
Because sometimes a good brow, mascara,
Hello, I don't
and some
have
lipstick
nothing
is
but
all
a
you're
lip.
gonna get. Okay. Because it's
Hmm.
just not our it's funny because how we transition from makeup brushes to now into skincare and health and wellness, like we really see the whole, like the total picture. And so we're just like, oh, okay, we see what the end goal is. But I was the same way. We got to figure out how to get y'all to start backwards. Because everybody want to start at the finish line, but you can't
Oh
start
yeah.
there.
Everybody want to show up looking like Beyonce and the City Girls, and they want to like,
Mm-hmm.
but there's steps to that. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's levels to that, and it doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
cost you an arm and a leg. It can definitely. I always say, as much time and money that we spend on our nails, on our hair, like, and looking good in these clothes, like, let's just make sure, like, skin is your largest
Mm-hmm.
organ. Take care of it. Take care of it. You don't get to trade this in. Like, I don't care how many BBLs they offering out there. I don't care how many nip tucks they offering out there. Your skin,
Mm-hmm.
you have to take care of that. So that's where I'm really passionate about making sure people understand how to take care of their skin. And my clients know, like, you can ask me questions. You can, like, okay, should I buy this? Should I not? And I'm only going to educate you on the things that I know about and the things that
That's
I
it.
know to
You
be
don't
true.
forget. You're not getting no fluff from Key. I promise you, you're not getting no fluff. Okay.
You're not.
Um.
You're not.
So,
Like,
kind of walk us through how the transitions into your brand and knowing what you want to focus on
mm,
and knowing your lane. Walk us through that journey. it's
ooh, wee. Ooh, what a
a good
journey.
journey.
And I
It
feel
is
like
still
sometimes it's still,
it's still
oh,
a journey to be continued. Okay.
so just to be clear, I've been a full-time entrepreneur now for a year and some months.
Okay.
Um, so praise God for that. We give thanks and praise for all of that because it allows me to be more focused on my business. But the transition, the figuring out who I'm meant to serve, how to serve you. Okay, yeah, because I'm talking to you. Yeah, how to serve you because I'm such a nice person. My heart is so big. Like, I legit, when I started my
Yeah.
business, I was like, I'm doing this for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm for everybody. Like I'm for all the black and brown girls across the nation. And y'all, I had so many services on my menu. I was trying to do it all because I'm a helper. Like, at the core of who I am, I'm a helper. So I started by offering everything for everybody. I got facials for whatever you need.
Mm-hmm.
And technically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I can help any and everybody. But I had to figure
Yes.
out who I was targeting and who I wanted to really be specific on. And for me, that was people that struggle with acne and hyperpigmentation because those are the two top issues that I see black and brown people experience every single day. And yes, as an esthetician, when you come into my presence, I am analyzing your skin. Okay.
Okay.
I am.
Across
I'm
the
not
room
lying to you.
before you
I'm
even
not
open your
sorry.
mouth.
Scanning, scanning the room. Ooh, we need to go ahead and get you a microdermabrasion. Ooh, you need some serum. Ooh, here's my card. Like, and I want to do that, but I don't do that. I'm not, although there's no filter, I'm very respectful. So I would never just walk up to somebody and do that. But I got specific on making sure that those two top skin concerns were my focus because those are the top two things that I see people struggling with. And I'm like, okay, if we can get over that hump and I can help you, like, you my people. And I've also dealt with that too. Like, I know from experience, I used to have horrible, horrible acne. Like, the chin was not chinning, okay? It wasn't. It really wasn't. My acne was so bad, y'all. My hyperpigmentation was so bad. And honestly, through healing my own skin, I realized it wasn't this, like, awful process process of healing. So I was like, oh, okay, let me show people, like, those are my
Mhm.
people, because I've also experienced it. So I know from firsthand experience what it's like to heal those conditions. So those are the people that I definitely am meant to serve. But it still be hurting my heart sometimes that I can't be like, I'm for everybody. But, you got to find your lane. And I love the lane that I'm in, because now that I'm specific on being specific about who I'm talking
Mhm.
to, those people come to me. Like, those people find me, and I'm able to help them. Like, and it works better for me. It keeps me focused on my focus and not just everywhere. So it helps and it works out. So that's how I just decided, like, honestly, I just had to make a decision. Like, in all honesty, it's just choosing what
You
lane you
cannot.
want to be in, because you
And
can't
you
be
need
in all
to
the
ride
lanes.
your lane
At
well. Okay.
least not successfully. Right. You can be
There
in
you
all the lanes, but not successfully. And I want to make sure that the people I'm meant to serve know that I'm here to serve them. And anybody that's dealing with acne, hyperpigmentation, and also I'm a Brazilian wax specialist. Like, that, outside of skin, like face, Brazilians are my second target, because I feel like women, I always hear bad experiences of women going to get Brazilian waxes. And I got burned,
go.
my skin got ripped, I'm super dry now, I have all these ingrowns now, and I didn't used to have all these issues. A
Mhm.
Brazilian should not be none of
Mhm.
that. It doesn't, it's not supposed to. Let's just keep it
Mhm.
real. A Brazilian is not the most comfortable experience, but it shouldn't be
Mhm.
the worst thing that
But
ever
some
happened
people
to
don't
you.
know what they're doing.
It's,
Okay, I've had about my bad experience myself.
I,
Some people don't know what they do.
they don't know they're doing. So I was like, you know what? Let me also focus on that, because I know that I offer amazing Brazilian waxes. I use vegan wax. I use low temperature wax. I use hydrating ingredients to make sure that your skin is left hydrated. Okay, because it needs to be hydrated, ladies. Exfoliated and hydrated. Oh, hush.
They,
Brazilians are not beautiful.
they are, you
That's
have
my
to get used to it. I
sister.
say, people always say beauty is pain. Okay, and that is true to an extent. Okay, it should not be so painful where you just cannot deal. Okay, it should not.
Unbearable. It shouldn't be
It is,
unbearable. Is it going to be a
because
little bit
it's a tender
uncomfortable?
area,
Yes.
but
But should it be
it's tolerable.
unbearable?
The skin
No.
is a little thinner there, so
Right.
it there's reasons why, but it should not be where you just getting up like. And I have experienced that. Okay, we could have a whole conversation on Brazilians going wrong. Okay,
Oh, trust.
because there
I've been there,
it
done
should
that
not be
too.
that way. So it's very important that you find the person that works best for you. So you said that, how did you really decide? Well, you said you needed to decide and you figured out this was your target. Kind of, how have you felt like, you said love, hate though, but you means you still going to your waxes. So therefore you love it enough to keep going. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. Uh, so how has it been? You said you've been full-time entrepreneurship for the last year. Tell us about how that decision came about to decide I have to focus on this. This is what I need to do. And the sacrifices that come to making that decision.
Let us let us pray. No. For me, I am blessed that I have an amazing, amazing, amazing wife. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
have to have support. I feel like in some
Mm-hmm.
way, shape, form, or fashion, you have to have some type of support in some way, whatever that support means for you. And support is not
Mm-hmm.
just one thing. But for me, my support happens to be through my wife, who is always my number one cheerleader. And y'all, I was just stressed the heck out. Like, I was trying to do it all, and I am very hyper independent. So I was thinking that I could wear the cape and put on the apron and put on the hat and put on the armor, all of these things at the same time, but it wasn't helping me to be productive. And she saw that. And I was trying to do the business and work at the same time. And I was convinced that I could do it. And I was like, you know what? It's just what I gotta do. I gotta put a little sweat in the game. That's just what it is. And one day we just like sat and we looked at our living expenses, and she was like, I know that I can support us here at home. I want you to go do
Mm-hmm.
what you're meant to do. I don't want you to be stressed out from everything that's going on. Because at the time, like we still like I don't care what nobody say. The
Yes, it
pandemic
is.
affected everybody
Mm-hmm.
in a different way. And here we are coming out of the pandemic. And I think a lot of us had a lot of fear in our hearts and a lot of just uncertainty about where things were going. And we
Yep.
saw the businesses that had to shut down and they couldn't work and all of those things. And so I was really stressed about it. Honestly, I was like, oh God, like I did a lot of praying, y'all. I did a lot of praying because I wasn't sure that I could do it and it be successful. But I decided I told God, like, I really just sat and had a conversation with God. And I was like, God, you've given me this opportunity again. Because if I backtrack for 1 second, I initially opened my business in January 2021. I closed in June of
Mm.
2021 because I was scared and I wasn't getting a lot of clientele. I was a new institution. Like I wasn't marketing very well. I wasn't getting a lot of clients, but in my mind, I thought I was supposed to pop overnight. So for those 6 months, I had my own space and then I closed and I went and worked at another spot. Well, then during those 6 months between June to December, this is when those conversations were taking place with my wife. And I was like, okay, like, I feel like God is pulling me back to tell me to go back and open this business because I wasn't supposed to close it. Fear is not a God. We know that. I have to trust. I have to have faith, and I
So,
have to
yeah.
believe in myself. So it took a lot of. It was more of a. I feel like a mental shift that helped me to shift into saying yes, I'm going to do this full time, and the support of my wife. Because even though she was like, "Well, I'm gonna take care of home," you go do your business and you make that successful. Mentally, I still was like,
How is that gonna work if I go do this and
if
then
if I carry two, track by three, do I? How do I? But I don't even have no clients on my roster yet, Jesus. Every place I was going to look at to set up shop, two
Yes.
something, three something,
Mm-hmm.
a week, a week, mind you, when you ain't got no clients on the books yet. I was like, but somewhere in me, I said, you know what, God, you've given me this opportunity again. Now it's a little different. You you don't spin the block that many times for people. You'll pass me by and go give it to somebody else when they ready, if they in position. But no. I'm gonna trust you. And I'm going to decide that I trust you more than I trust me.
That's
Okay? Because
that's
that's
a
really
big
what
one.
it was. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna trust you more than I trust me, God. And I'm gonna step out here and I'm gonna do it. And I'm not turning back. I'm gonna do it with faith. I'm gonna do it scared. I'm gonna do it with a little bit of worry. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Like I'm not sitting here acting like it was cute. And I was just like, I'm opening my business and things are great and all the things are aligned and my chakras and Jesus and like it was not all of the sunshine. There was still a bit of rain, like and a little bit of darkness that was still there. Like that imposter syndrome, that worry, that stress, like it still was somewhat there. But my faith was so much stronger that I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? And that's really what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm going to do this. And for me, what I told myself was that first year was really about me proving it to myself
Mm-hmm.
that I could do it. Didn't matter what the end looked like, but that I proved it to myself that I could do it. And I did that successfully. So I'm really proud that I decided to do that. And I think a lot of times with whatever it is that we are trying to do in life, especially as women, we just have to decide. And we have to stand firm on that decision. Now, standing firm does not mean that you're not still going to be a little scared. You're not still going to be a little worried that the bills ain't still going to be showing up. You don't know how you're going to pay them. But if you keep going, I think
Yep.
the beauty is that we have to keep going. It only
Mm-hmm.
gets better if we keep going. If we stop, how will we know what's going to happen on the other side? And I heard somebody say, everything you want is
Yep.
on the other side of fear. And that's so true. So freaking true. So
I
that's
love it.
that's what it was
So,
for
and
me.
I love it. This is the realness that people don't get to hear. and understand that when it comes to operating a business, even if it's not a business, when it comes to being a woman in 2023, okay?
When it comes to being a woman,
When it comes to being
yes.
a woman in 2023 and beyond, we have to remove ourselves out of our own head and make the decisions to move. I literally have said this over and over again. We cannot be everything to everyone
Yes.
if you cannot be anything that you need to be for yourself.
And when you start strengthening that
Mm.
inner being power, that's
That's
when, to me,
mm-hmm.
that's a real bad bitch. That's a real bad bitch.
Yeah,
Fuck the Birkins.
just
Sorry, excuse my
for real.
language.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the
Mm-hmm.
Birkins. I said what I said. Fuck the Birkins. That's cute. However, Colin, when you tap into your own inner being power and you motivate, and you got to motivate yourself, and you got to tap into the energy
Get
that
out.
you honestly don't even really have, but you just believing that it's somewhere in there. Like when you do that, that is magical. That
Mm-hmm.
is what really is a bad bitch to me. Because now
Mm.
you are so unfuckwittable that you wow yourself. You wow yourself. You don't
Nope.
even need the outside like validation.
Mm-hmm.
You wow your
Mm-hmm.
damn self. And you be like I legit yesterday, I was sitting in the spa yesterday and I had a client who had just left, and I was looking over my books and I was like, God, like here I am a year and some months later, when last year this time I didn't even know how or who
Better
was gonna
appreciate
walk through
today.
these doors.
Mm.
I didn't know how I was gonna pay my booth rent for the first week that I started. But God. And look at me.
That's a whole. That's the message right there. That's the message. Because, and this is why it was so important for me to, there's so much that I see within you and your business that that resonates with me. And I'm like, we on the same mission. We on the same path. It at the end of the day,
Yes.
I was the same boat. 1 year ago, I was just like, I opened my doors and I was just like, what does this mean? Like, okay, we're doing it again.
And baby, you've been running ever since. You've been going. And I
Thank
am
you.
so proud of you. Like, and I think that's the thing. Like, again, it's just
Yeah.
about the continuous movement. Just keep going. And what we kind of get caught up in sometimes
Mm.
is the spirit of comparison. And we see how many steps somebody else is taking
Mm-hmm.
versus the steps that we are taking. But you got to understand there is beauty in the journey. I don't care if you took one
Mm-hmm.
step or you took a big leap or whatever the case may be, as
Yeah.
long as you keep moving. Like I think as a culture, we have been
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us, not everybody, but I do think as a culture, like we've relied on these I'm a pray and wait
Mm-hmm.
for God
Mm-hmm.
type scenarios and situations. When that ain't
That
that
don't
ain't
give. She just
really
want to be cute.
I
She
don't
being
agree with
cute. That
that.
don't give. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't, because how can we expect God to bless if we're not willing to move and trust? Why would he give you, if you can't manage
Hmm.
5,000, why would he give you 50? If you can't manage 100-foot square room,
Hmm.
why would he give you
Hmm.
100,000 square foot space? You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to show up. You're gonna have to do it scared. You're gonna have to do it uncertain. He didn't ask you to do all
No.
of those things. God didn't ask you to be a, a master
Mm-mm.
like business operator. Because let's just be honest, I've never owned a business before.
Yep.
But that
No.
doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Everybody else that has built multi-million, billion-dollar companies, I ain't never seen them come from
No.
a business before either.
They did.
But they kept moving. And then you start
Mm-hmm.
seeing things just fall into
Mm-hmm.
line and fall into place. And you be like, oh, oh okay,
Mm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
I
we're doing
see
that
you.
today.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. All right. Well, that's what we doing. Oh,
So
okay. Mm-hmm.
I just have to show up and
And keep showing
assert
up.
myself into the situation and say, hey, I'm qualified and I'm coming. I'm not really. I had a horrible day even 6 hours before, but I'm showing up still with a smile on my face, ready to serve, ready to deliver what it is that I know I can deliver. And you just start seeing things just happen in front of you, and it starts to feel like magic. And it's that black girl
Listen,
magic is what it is.
yes, because the Tia Banks said that's trust and belief in the process. And that's very important because a lot of times we feel like the obstacles get in the way. The obstacles come, they set the roadblocks, and we turn around. You just gonna keep
What you gonna
turning
do?
around. You gonna keep starting over because at the every and I write these things down. Every day is not gonna be a great day. Every day is not gonna look like yesterday. Yesterday may not look like very good either. But you have to keep going. The roadblocks are going to come. They are going to get bigger and bigger and
They're
bigger.
gonna test you.
Okay, be very, very clear.
Yes, they're going to test you. It's no different. I feel like it's no different than when we were in school. Like, you don't get the diploma just because you showed
Uh-huh.
up. You have to test it at some point. You don't get the
No.
degree by just going to
Mm-hmm.
class. You're going to have to take a test at some point. You're going to be tested on your knowledge. You're going to be, and even when you
Mm-hmm.
don't feel sure
And
about
every
it,
test you're not gonna pass, and that's
nobody
okay.
says you have,
You're not gonna pass.
and
You're not.
sometimes you're not going to pass. You're not, and that's okay. Like, you have to, every test, I feel like, is just for you to be able to. Now, what you do need to do is reflect. I feel like that's a big part of being a person and a business owner. You have to reflect on what's
Yeah.
working and what's not working, and what can I do different, and how can I make it better. Like, if I didn't win that one, okay, well, how can I win the next one?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep losing. I don't want to keep being in the same place. I want to be a winner. And if I'm not a winner
Right.
today, how can I be a winner tomorrow or next week or whatever the case may be?
Yeah.
How can I be better
Yeah.
prepared
Because
for
the
the next
reflection
time?
is important, and I had to tell myself a failure is not a failure if you didn't learn nothing. Because you may think that it may have been failure, but what lesson did you learn from? You learn a lesson out of every failure. And I have had some failures. I've had some lessons I've had to learn under. And they're not pretty lessons. Okay. Some of them wasn't cheap lessons either. But at the end of the
Oh
day,
no.
I had to change my thought process to say, Janisha, it's not that you're failing. What is it that God is trying to teach you?
Yes. What did I learn from this situation? And how can
Yeah,
I
because I don't
do
want to
this
learn the
different?
lesson. I don't want to keep
Like,
learning the same lesson.
even,
I will say that.
yeah, how can I, when this opportunity or this situation comes up again, how can I
Okay.
not do that? How can I better that one?
I
Because
don't want to do that again.
I don't want to do that again. Let's not keep your eyes forward, keep your head up, keep your eyes forward, and believe that you can do it. And take
Mm-hmm.
notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bring those notes with you.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the lesson.
There you
Okay,
go.
and do it
There you
better
go. That's
the
the
next time.
important part, because in this business, in any business, being a woman in business, there are going to be things that are going to get in our way. There are going to be things and obstacles. Some of us have families. Some of us have other obligations. Some of us have multiple jobs. There's always going to be something. But
Always.
the beauty of it is you have the power to change your trajectory for the future. You do. Nobody else can make the decision to say, oh, well, you have to do it this way. No, I don't have to do that. Okay? My mom used to say, the only thing I got to do is stay black and die. That's the only thing I got to do.
Hello.
Everything else is a choice that I make. And you have to make a choice every single day to wake up and say, this is how I'm going to be. I had my coach on last night, and she said, if I want to be the 7-figure earner, I have to be the 7-figure earner. I have to walk like her. I have to talk like her. I have to act like her. I have to think like her. Because I'll never get to that part
In all the areas.
if I don't be that part.
And being that starts with a what? Decision. Because you could just be,
And that's fine.
regular schmegular. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. But don't be mad at the person that decided, You know,
Mm-hmm.
we all have a choice. And I know that life, like you said, different things affect us,
Mm-hmm.
or we all have different situations going on. Like we don't all have the same anything going on, but there's somebody out there like that you can look to
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know where to start. There's somebody there is at least some type of a blueprint to help you figure
Mm-hmm.
out, where do I start?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that if you don't have any idea of what that looks like? Because some of us
Mm-hmm.
don't have people around us
Mm-hmm.
that are seven-figure
Mm-hmm.
earners or multimillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have those people around us. And so when we don't see that in our close
Yep.
proximity, we can get a little discouraged and be like, well, I don't really know what to do. But what you start doing is
There
you
you
put
go.
yourself in
There you
rooms
go.
where those people
Mm-hmm.
are. Show up,
Mm-hmm.
go to that conference, go to that seminar. I don't care if it's your first year. I don't care if it's your first month. If you want to be over there, but you're here, you're going to have to walk and get over there and get into the room where they're doing the
Mm-hmm.
things that you want
Because
to do.
you may not know what it looks like. Mm-hmm.
You
It is.
And that's okay. And I was very hard on myself last year because I put a lot of pressure on myself to show up as what I believed I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to show up as. And in the aesthetics community, Black estheticians only make up 3% of the aesthetics community. So what do I mostly see in my community? Is people that do not look like me, that do not act like me, that don't talk like me, that don't service a clientele that looks like me, and they operate in a way that has, and what it was creating a standard in my
Yep.
mind of how I had to show up. When I started being
Baby.
my
The
authentic
beauty.
self, that that's when things really
Mm-hmm.
start falling into place. Okay, who I am, how I do it, even if I don't know exactly what to do, just the core of who I am is the basis of figuring out how do I continuously show up and start talking like a seven-figure earner and moving like a seven-figure earner and thinking like a seven-figure earner. Because then as I started showing up, I started putting myself in rooms with people that were seven-figure earners and eight-figure earners, and not like, I had to see what it looked like with people that look
Because they
like
are there.
me.
They are there.
So they exist. They exist. We here. We don't get it twisted. Like, we Black and brown people are here making noise. We making money. We making differences in people's lives,
Yep.
and we're doing it our way. We're
Yep.
not doing it like everybody else. We're doing it our way because there is a uniqueness in this
Mm-hmm.
melanin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Yep.
So own that uniqueness, own everything about you, and then add some things on top of that. As you keep learning, you start adding different layers to yourself. You start realizing that you're talking different, and you didn't even plan on talking different. But now
Yep.
you're literally morphing into a new and
Yep.
better
You
and
still you.
improved version. Still you. Don't lose you, but you can elevate.
It
Elevation is
is. And it's
is
necessary.
key.
It's
I feel like
necessary.
to
Yep.
keep going where we're going. Yeah. Like, we show up as we are. Start showing up as you are. And I saw Tia's question, like, how do you show up as a seven-figure earner?
Mm-hmm.
One, show up as who you are. Own and love every bit of yourself, all your flaws, your faults, your good, your bad, your back fat, your food, all of that. Love all of it. Love it all. Okay. And then you show up in rooms that you know are aligned with who it is that you want to be,
Yep.
where it is you're trying to go, and you will find the answers of how do I make this better? How do I understand that? How do I get contracts? How do I update my systems? How do I build a website? How do I show up in the treatment room? How do I, like, wherever these spaces are, you start getting those bits of pieces, those little
Mm-hmm.
nuggets, those gems as we call them, to figure out how do I better
Mm-hmm.
who I am at my core
Yeah.
to get to where I'm trying to
Absolutely.
be.
Because yes, that is, I agree 1000%. It's social media makes us feel like we have to be like that person. We have to operate our business like they do because
No,
that's what we think is success.
you are the sauce. You and your
Hmm.
uniqueness is the
And
sauce.
then and somebody needs that. There are people that need what you have. And whatever it is that you have to offer somebody, you have to offer it your way. You can't offer it the way somebody else told you how to do it. You can't offer it the way you see somebody else doing it, because you're not going to stay true to that.
Girl, it was so funny because I created my TikTok page, and it was just a page I created just for fun. I wasn't even going on there to really promote. I was going to share that I was an esthetician, but it wasn't. I was promoting more on Instagram. But I got on TikTok and I was just having fun. That's it. Just having fun. I love to dance. That is one of my favorite things to do. So I would get on there and I would do the little dance challenges and all that stuff and just have fun. And more people started finding me through TikTok. And the number one thing they said when they found me was, it was your vibe that made me choose you. It was how fun your personality was. It was you dancing and twerking and having fun and laughing and doing things that just made you happy, that made me say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna choose her.
And that is, you stay unique, you stay true to you. You don't let nobody else deter you from that. Like, okay, if you don't like it, this is what I like to do. But that's fine.
Because you know for sure, when you come to Masterpiece Aesthetics, you're
It'll
going to get a bomb playlist.
I might be sleep on it, but it's going to be
You're
good.
going to get, listen, you're going to get the tunes, okay? Because music is my love language. And I always say, when the playlist is hitting just right, the spatial is too. Trust. It's something about them melodic tunes that be doing something back there that just stir up the vibes in the room. But you're going to get a beautiful bomb playlist. You are not going to get spa music in my space. You're not. You're going to get the most authentic, amazing Black experience you ever had in your life. I am a Black woman through and through, and I don't hide that. And I have clients who are also not Black, and they love that. I am this beautiful Black woman who embraces all of her Blackness, okay? And I don't have no shame about it. I don't code switch. I don't do none of that, because you found me by way of me being me.
Girl, I throw something through this. You found me by me being me. So there.
And I love that my business
name.
It was. I
love
it to me too.
Like that was it. I know, but it flowed so well, and I love how you played off of that. So this is why I needed everybody to get the vibe. This is why I needed everybody to experience the Kia that I have grown to know. Okay, this is why, because she is always going to be authentic to her true self. What you gonna see is what you get. Okay. I'm not on TikTok dancing. That's not my ministry. Okay. But Kia, and I'm like, hey, baby, do it. I might be out here trying to learn how to do it. Little 1, 2. You're just not gonna see it out there. But I'll be back here doing it, okay? So I appreciate this conversation. Was not even the conversation I thought we were gonna have, but it was a conversation that was needed to be had. Let me say that. That was a conversation. I took that for me too, because that was right. You got to show up, and I'm guilty of saying the same thing. You know, in the arena that I work in, a lot of people are intimidated because I am a Black woman, and so oftentimes I'm like, well, let me not be a little too Black for them. But when you walk through the front door of my spot, it is a beautiful Black queen on my wall. Like there is so
that is exactly what you are.
Okay, you can look at my page and you can see that when you talk to me, you can hear that I am a beautiful Black woman. I'm a Black woman. You see the beauty when you see. But I am damn good at what I do at my job. So
yes,
at the end of the day, if that intimidates you, then I'm just not the one for you. And I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. Because the gems that I'm going to give, the education I'm going to give to get you to the results that you need to get to, realistically, you're not going to find that anywhere else. And I'm damn good at what I do. I'm going to just throw that out there too. So that's just what it's going to be. So you're going to see the Blackness. You are going to see, we are a spa full of Black women. And no, all our clients are not Black and brown people, like you said. But they find us because of we are great at what we do, and we set the vibe and we set the tone. So if you don't like it, then that's fine.
You can go over there, and it's no shade. because every client isn't your
And all
client.
money
And
ain't good money. Be very
like we
clear.
talked about
All
earlier,
money is not
being
good money.
no, no. And like we talked about earlier, like um, being clear about who you serve. I'm clear about who I serve, and I'm also clear about who I am, and I'm also clear about the experience that you're going to get here. So it's never, oh, you walked in and it was never what you expected. Oh no, you knew what you was going to expect when you walked in here. So if I'm not the person for you, there is somebody else
Mm-hmm.
out there that is meant to help you
Mm-hmm.
and get you to the next
Mm-hmm.
level or the
Mm-hmm.
next whatever it is that you need or complete that service for you. And I love that for you. I want everybody to find the
Yep.
right person that's
And
for
I'll even
them.
help you
I
because I have no
want you to
problem.
find.
Let me recommend somebody to you that will better suit your needs because there's no competition for me. Like my lane is my lane. So I'll help you find him. You need a recommendation? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Part,
So Kia,
that
let them know
part.
how they can connect with you, how they can find you, how they can, get into the vibe. Let the people know.
Well, you can always click the link in my bio. That will take you to my booking page. You can always go to masterpieceaesthetics.com, which is my website. I do offer, in addition to skincare services, I also offer all of the things that you need as far as products and things like that. What would I be if I didn't give you all the tools to make sure that we reach those results? Again, I'm a results-driven esthetician, so I'm located here in Carrollton. I'm by appointment only, so you can schedule your appointment. If you are a new client, I recommend the new client experience. There's only one option just to make it easy for you, and we go from there. I give you everything you need. I provide you with a treatment plan, as well as what products you should be using, how often we need to see you, like all of the things that you need to help you realistically reach those goals. But right here on Instagram, you can find me at Just Skin and Me. And you can
She
always
does.
slide in my DMs. I don't
She does.
bite.
So leave, if you had one gem to leave somebody, to leave a woman today, what would it be?
Own
Mm,
who the fuck you
period.
are and show up as that girl every single day. All of who you are is beautiful. So own it. Own it. Love it. Love yourself and show up as your authentic self every day because the world deserves to get the best version of you. So don't shortchange yourself. Don't make yourself small, sis. Don't code switch in that room, sis. Don't do that. When you show up as your most authentic self and
I love it.
just
I
own
love
it.
it. Definitely make sure that you give Kia a follow. Um, Make sure you book your appointments. Okay. It's facial season. Okay. Summertime is
Yeah.
coming. And so that transition into that different stage of skin is coming up soon. So you need to make sure in the springtime that you really get in your services, get that skincare regimen going so that you ain't out here looking a mess in the summertime in these swimsuits. Okay. Swimsuit might be cool, but your skin looking a mess. So I appreciate you so much for coming and joining me. Thank you so much for the conversation. This was a great conversation. It was good. I needed it today. It was motivation for me today.
Oh, good. I enjoyed it. Yes, I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. Anytime you want me,
You
girl,
know I
just
will.
just send me a
You
message.
know I will. You
I
know
ain't never scared. We could do this
I love
any
it
and every
because I
time
feel
you
like
want
this
to.
was people need to hear and see from what we got because we got the juice. Okay, my mama said that the other day, and I've been using it. Okay, we got the juice, so therefore,
Period. We do. We
I mean, we
to be
do.
honest, y'all, we really do. Like everything that we do, somebody always try to copy it and then try to act like they came up
But
with it and then they try to make it high fashion and real expensive and stuff when they
okay, and
really
that's
got
why they
good.
be scared. But
I'm
it's
just
okay.
saying.
I'm gonna just share it with you just a little bit. So thank you so much for joining me today, and y'all be sure to hit up Kia, and I look forward to us connecting again. It was a great conversation. Bye.